Hello friends, this is Netrali Patil from Arihant College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Bavdhan, Pune, Department of Information Technology. Today we are going to learn about Computer Concepts and Application Part 1, Unit 1, Introduction to Computer and Operating System. In previous session, we learned about Introduction to Computer, basic characteristics of computer, block diagram of a computer and classification of computers. Today we are going to learn about computer system hardware, hardware components, computer memory and classification of memory. Start with computer system hardware. What is computer system hardware? The actual physical components that constitute a computer are known as computer hardware. In other words, anything in the computer that you can touch and see is the hardware. For example, CPU, monitor, keyboard, etc. Hardware represents the physical and tangible components of the computer, that is, the components that can be seen and touched, is called computer system hardware. These are the examples of hardware: input devices, output devices, secondary storage devices and internal components. See the diagram for hardware components. It includes keyboard, mouse, speakers, power supply, DVD, mainboard, CPU, RAM, sound card, hard disk. These are the hardware components. Then what is computer memory? Basically, memory is a means for storing data or information in the form of binary words. Memory is made up of storage location in which numeric or alphanumeric information or programs may be stored. The main function of memory is to store the data or information. Computer data storage, often called storage or memory, is a technological consist of computer components and recording media used to retain digital data. See the classification of memories. In computer memory, it consists of two parts: primary memory and secondary memory. Again, in primary memory, it consists of two parts: RAM and ROM. RAM means random access memory and ROM means read-only memory. RAM again divided into two parts: SRAM and DRAM. ROM divided into two parts: PROM and EEPROM. Okay. And secondary memory consists of HDD, SSD, compact disc, floppy disk and magnetic tap. Let's see one by one. See, first of all, what is primary memory? Primary memory holds only those data and instruction on which the computer is currently working. It has a limited capacity and data is lost when power is switched off. It is generally made up of semiconductor device. Primary memory is also called as main memory or primary storage or internal memory. Primary memory, often referred to simply as memory, is the only one directly accessible to the CPU. Primary memories are generally a part of a system that are used to functionate system. Okay. These are the characteristics of main memory. These are semiconductor memories. Then it is known as the main memory. Usually volatile memory. Data is lost in case power is switched off. It is the working memory of the computer. Faster than secondary memories, and a computer cannot run without the primary memory. Okay. The advantages of primary memory are: primary storage is closer to the CPU. integrated onto it, and therefore it is faster. All primary storage is temporary. Primary storage is smaller in capacity. This is the disadvantage of primary memory. Primary storage is usually faster, therefore it is more expensive. Okay. See the diagram for primary memory. Now, primary memory consists of two parts, RAM and ROM. What is RAM? RAM is the random access memory, is the internal memory of the CPU for storing data, program and program result. It is a read or write memory which store data until the machine is working. Okay. Again, RAM is of two types, static RAM and dynamic RAM. What is static RAM? SRAM is a type of semiconductor memory where the word static indicates that it does not need to be periodically refreshed, as SRAM uses latching circuitry to store each bit. SRAM is volatile in the conventional sense that data is eventually lost when the memory is not powered. Okay. See the characteristics of static memory. First one is long life, then no need to refresh, faster, used as cache memory, then large size, expensive and high power consumption. Then second one is dynamic RAM. Means DRAM is a type of random access memory that stores each bit of data in a separate capacitor within an integrated circuit. Since real capacitors leak charge, the information eventually fades unless the capacitor charge is refreshed periodically. Okay. Because of this refresh requirement. It is a dynamic memory as opposed to SRAM and other static memory. Now see the characteristics of dynamic RAM. Short data life, then needs to be refreshed continuously, slower as compared to SRAM, used as a RAM, smaller in size and less expensive, less power consumption. Now second one is ROM. ROM means read only memory. The memory from which we can only read but cannot write on it. This type of memory is non-volatile. The information is stored permanently in such memories during manufacture. ROM is also known as firmware, is an integrated circuit program with specific data when it is manufactured. Okay. Types of ROMs: MROM, second one is PROM, then EPROM and EEPROM. What is MROM? MROM means mask ROM. The very first ROMs were hardwired device that contained a pre-programmed set of data or instructions. These kind of ROMs are known as mask ROM. Okay. What is PROM? PROM means programmable read-only memory. PROM is read-only memory that can be modified only once by a user. The user buys a blank PROM and enters the desired contents using a PROM programmer. Okay. EEPROM means erasable and programmable read-only memory, and EPROM is a type of memory chip that retains its data when its power supply is switched off. The EPROM can be erased by exposing it to ultraviolet light for a duration of up to 40 minutes. And next one is EEPROM means electrically erasable and programmable read-only memory. Is a type of non-volatile memory used in computers and other electronic devices to store small amount of data that must be saved when power is removed. And the EEPROM is programmed and erased electrically. It can be erased and reprogram about 10,000 times. Both erasing and programming take about 4 to 10 milliseconds. Okay. See, these are the advantages of ROM. Non-volatile in nature, then cannot be accidentally changed, cheaper than RAMs, easy to test, more reliable than RAMs, static and do not require refreshing, contents are always known and can be verified. Now, next one is secondary memory. What is secondary memory? Secondary storage differs from primary storage in that it is not directly accessible by the CPU. The computer usually uses its input or output channels to access secondary storage and transfers the desired data using intermediate area in primary storage. Okay. Secondary storage does not lose the data when the device is powered down. It is non-volatile. Secondary memories are abstract from any system, like one can carry this memory and where a data is permanently stored in this type of memories for long periods. Okay. These are the characteristics of secondary memory. These are magnetic and optical memories. It is known as the backup memory. It is a non-volatile memory. Data is permanently stored even if power is switched off. Then it is used for storage of data in a computer. Computer may run without the secondary memory and slower than primary memory. Okay. Some are the advantages and disadvantages of secondary memory. First one is all secondary storage is permanent. Then secondary storage is closer to the CPU via cables and therefore is slower. Secondary storage has bigger capacity. Secondary storage is usually cheaper and large. Okay. Now, these are the types of secondary memory. Magnetic tape. Magnetic tape means the magnetic tape is similar to the audio tape recorder. Magnetic tape is a recording medium consisting of a thin tape with a coating of a fine magnetic material used to recording analog or digital data. A device that stores computer data or magnetic tape is a tape drive. The capacity of tape media are generally on the same order as hard disk drives. Okay. Second one is floppy disk. It means floppy disks are the form of data storage between 1980s and early 2000s. However, they have now been data storage method with much greater capacity such as USB flash drives. The capacity of floppy disks vary between 1 to 250 megabytes and these devices were very slow, reading data at rates of bytes and kilobytes per second. However, most are very small and portable. Okay. Third one is hard disk. The hard disk drive is the main and usually largest data storage device in a computer. It is a non-volatile random access digital magnetic data storage device. A hard drive is made up of platters which store the data and read or write heads to transfer data. A hard drive is generally the fastest of the secondary storage devices that has the largest data storage capacity and approximately the same as magnetic tapes. Next one is optical disc. It means optical disc is an electronic data storage medium from which data is read and written to by using a lower powered laser beam. Optical discs are flat, circular, plastic or glass discs on which data is stored in the form of light and dark bits. There are three basic types of optical disc: read-only optical disc, write once, read many optical disc, and read-writable optical disc. Two main types of optical disc are CD and DVD. Okay. Now next is flash drive. Flash drive means a flash drive is a small external storage device typically the size of a human thumb that consists of flash memory. USB flash drives are removable and rewritable reads and writes to flash memory. They are a solid state storage medium that is both inexpensive and durable. And the last one is flash memory cards. It means flash memory is a EEPROM non-volatile computer storage chip. This memory card currently vary in sizes between 1 GB to 16 GB and they transfer data at a rate of approximately 14.65 MB per second. Flash memory cards have most of the same characteristics of a flash drive in that they are inexpensive and durable and are very small. However, flash memory cards are flat and have a size of about 1 inch with a thickness of about 2 mm. Got it? So in this session we learn about computer hardware and computer memories and types of memory. Okay. So dear student, I hope you like this session. In the next session we will go for further things. Thank you.